Are you sitting on a gold mine?
I want to switch over to a different subject. Last week, we were talking about Marley Me and the Millionaires. And what that segment was about was how the famous author from Marley Me, John Grogan, came back down to West Palm, where he originally lived, went to a very old eastern part of West Palm Beach near the Palm Beach Post, where they are, and went to go look at their old house. It was in the process of being torn down. They paid $105,000 for it in 1989, and it was just sold for the lot for $1.38 million. And he was just amazed that that whole neighborhood is changing. And what we called it is becoming instant millionaires, because what's happening over there, there's all these people that either inherited a home or been living in the home that was built in the 1950s, 60s, maybe 1970s. They really haven't upgraded it or anything. And developers, if the lot is the right size and the right location in that neighborhood, they're going to give you $1 million for that house, because in that neighborhood where John Grogan lived, they're tearing down homes and putting in $4 to $5 million estates. And if you go a little farther east, a couple of blocks east, because he's west of Dixie and West Palm, if you go a little east of Dixie and West Palm on the intercoastal, they're building $15 to $20 million estates on the waterfront properties looking east on the intercoastal. So that was happening. And we called that becoming an instant millionaire. Are you sitting on a property that you could become an instant millionaire with? And let me tell you, your assessed value has no clue. If you go to the property appraiser, you have no idea that this is happening. But you do know when you walk around your neighborhood, it's like, oh, $5 million property, $5 million property. Then you're in that neighborhood, okay? When you're walking your dog or riding your bike and you're seeing that happening, that's happening in your neighborhood.
Construction noise keeping you up in the morning.
So AJ, it was really great. I was really excited. You went through a whole bunch of areas. So tell me how you did the research and what you found out.
All right. So what I did was look at homes built 2020 or newer. I did a map search throughout Palm Beach County, 4,000 foot under air or larger without water frontage. And then I eliminated everything with a HOA fee. And the result was maybe 60 matches, but they were clustered on the map. You could see, oh, there's 15 in this eastern Boca section. Here's 10 in this neighborhood here. And the reason that is because they're only a few areas that have these new elevated mansion type value, new constructions going in that are going in a large number. Eastern West Palm Beach, between Olive and the Intercoastal, or between US 1 and the Intercoastal, down by what was the one you had mentioned to me, and I was
Boca, Lake Wyman over there.
Yeah, in Boca. What was the one in Boca?
East Boca. It's behind Meisner Park. There's a whole neighborhood out there that hugs Lake Wyman.
Between Glades and Palmetto Park?
Yes.
Yeah. That was like a really concentrated cluster on my map.
Lake Ida,
and everybody who lives around there knows, like just north of Lake Ida, or rather Lake Ida Road or Boulevard, whatever it is, just north of that and east of the lake, that section, I mean, they're putting up, they're monsters. When you're looking around, I remember I did an appraisal maybe 5 to 8 years ago. I don't know, time flies, but it was this tiny little Spanish style house on a decent sized lot right in that Lake Ida area. And it was a new construction appraisal for like a 5,000 square foot mansion. And at the time I was like, this is crazy to do this here. And now they're everywhere. It's 80% of that section. So the Eastern West Palm areas like that. Around the North Palm Beach, North Palm Beach Village, Yacht Club in North Palm Beach, Pennock Point and Jupiter is another example. Even though they're dry lots, they're large lots, and Jupiter is it's hard to find a nice big lot, that's close to the water. So there's a lot of different areas. Actually, by you, Ross, in Juneau, Seaview Ridge, I saw a little strip of little mansions going in there.
Yeah, there's a couple spots right there by the beach where they're starting to put in some big dogs.
Yeah.
You know what was always surprising to me? The 4 to 5 million, when that was first coming out a couple of years ago, That was very shocking to me, and I felt I didn't understand what was going on. But what's more surprising to me is how it's kind of spread out, and it isn't necessarily waterfront lots. At first, it was only like waterfront, right? You
Yeah.
had to have intercoastal access or ocean access somehow with your boat, or you were staring at water from your front or backyard.
Kind of
Yep.
makes sense.
Now
right?
it's not
Yeah,
like
those
that.
are the ones for sure that
Yeah.
Right, but
always.
now
you don't
the
even need to have
interior
that.
lots, right? You don't need the waterfront, you didn't need the boat thing, and you're still getting developers coming in and doing it, and people are buying them.